Putting Philly on the map. No, I rep the 2 and 5. Play with us and you get smoked. It's gonna be a homicide. Cops don't never do their job, so they gonna let it slide. We gon' claim you on the net. They gon' kill you. That's on live.
Alright, y'all. Now that we got the bullshit and the fuckery out of the way, I just want to give a shout out to the 50 people or so that's actually standing with me. And honestly, they're standing behind me. Like I'm saying, I'm on the front lines and they're letting me stay ahead. Like I'm saying, I'm probably about a mile ahead of the people that want to see me do good. You know what I'm saying? They know that, you know what I'm saying, I know how to move. And they understand who Speedy is. So the people that understand who Speedy is and what he stands for, shout out to y'all, because like there's a lot of bullshit that I deal with and I have no problem dealing with it. Like I'm saying, but when I gotta let that shit out, I let that shit out and everybody disperses. Like I'm saying, but the perception that people have, I actually love, because it's like I said, I'm probably about a mile ahead, so they can see exactly where I'm standing at and all my surroundings better than I can. And they just let me do what I do. Because even if there's a million obstacles, there could be fucking sandstorms and shit like that. It will be more dangerous for people to get involved. Like I'm saying, I'm already a mile ahead, so you're gonna have to spend all this time and effort and energy to. Nah, I don't even need the conversation. I'm too far ahead to even have that conversation. You might yell, but like I said, it's a natural disaster going on. All I gotta do is worry about getting to the other side, no matter how bad it looks. Like I'm saying, y'all see the shit. I don't even have to tell y'all. But like I'm saying, since we're on the internet, I can be vocal about it. But if we speaking in a metaphorical sense, I can't hear nobody. It's not the fact that I'm not listening, but I can't hear y'all. I'm not listening to that bullshit that niggas is telling me, because people already understand what I'm doing and how far ahead I am. I probably already been through that shit. So not only is the response going to be delayed, but your perception, like I'm saying, like I said, if I'm a mile away, right, and however long it takes for your voice to travel that mile, by the time you realize what you actually realize, I'm going to be so far ahead that by the time I even get that shit, you just going to be already able to move. So I'm already going to be on the other side, and then I'm finally going to get your message. I'm like, bro, like, did you not see what the fuck I just did? Like, by the time you was even able to recognize the old situation, or really the situation, I already solved the problem. Like I'm saying, you finally identified the question. I was already trying to explain what was going on, but I'm trying to deal with it at the same time. So I'm trying to catch niggas up and all that. I can put a lot into a little bit. As much as I talk, I can talk for 5 minutes straight and you're gonna have an hour worth of material to think about. Really more than an hour. But like I'm saying, the point is, it's like there's probably a good 50 people, and I'm probably only related to like 7 or 8, but there's a good 50 people that understand me for who I am and exactly what I'm doing. Even if they don't agree with what I'm doing, or they don't really understand why I'm doing what I'm doing, they still know what I'm doing, and they know that I know what I'm doing. Like I'm saying, and at the end of the day, the same way that I'm speaking like this, I live like this. Like I'm saying, everything is off the top. It's just like I'm saying, I barely even write the fucking songs that I got. Like I'm saying, I be knowing the songs before I even write them shits down. Then by the time I be recording it, I don't even need to read the lyrics. Like I'm saying, but point is, it's like I know what I'm doing. And shout out to, like I said, those 50 people. It's probably like 20 of y'all, 25 of y'all that's like really involved with it. Like I'm saying, y'all either talking to me from a day-to-day basis, y'all be in my lives. Like I'm saying, you either text me, you call me, you DM me, you repost my shit, anything of that nature. Like I'm saying, even if it's not all the time, it's on a consistent basis, and it happens so often that it doesn't matter when it doesn't happen, because I know that you do that shit. Like yo, like the other day, and it might have been 2 months ago, but it felt like the other day you just posted that shit. I'm like, yo, the other day she just shouted me out on a podcast. Like the fuck. Like, no, that was 2 months ago. Like, yo, I don't give a fuck how long ago it was. Did you do that shit? Like I'm saying, it's like I don't like when people try to take credit or try to like give me advice for shit that don't really make sense. It's like if you just meet me and that's our first conversation, you're getting to know me. So you're not getting any opinions, you're not getting any thoughts, you're getting to know me and what I'm doing. Either who I am, what I'm doing, or at least what's around me. You're going to learn 3 of those things. If you don't catch one of them, you're going to catch the other one. Like I'm saying, there's 3 options. Multiple choice type shit. You might catch 2, you might catch all 3. So if you perfectly understand who I am at the first conversation, there's no more that you need to learn. However, if I identify that you can't understand or comprehend what I'm telling you, I'm going to dumb it down, or I'm going to word it a different way, or I'm going to start using slang. I'm going to, you know what I mean, adapt to who I'm speaking to. But that's also the reason why I like going live, because I can actually speak for who I am, and then you can tell, like, I mean, how extensive my vocabulary is, my comprehension, this, that, and the third, and this is just all off top. Niggas can't even put 30 seconds of material together to speak without having to read it. Like I'm saying, I could speak for 4 hours straight. I could speak until my phone die. Shit like that. It's like, so for the people that actually know that and can identify that and understand that, the first conversation could be 1 sentence, my nigga, because they could have been paying attention to what the fuck I was. There's a reason why people approach me. I gather that attention. I have a draw. Then when you comfortable enough to speak to me, you speak to me as if you know me already. Because what else more is there to know? You might have 1 or 2 questions. You might not have a question at all. It might be a compliment. Like I'm saying, so how long do those conversations really last? As long as I'm talking right now, people haven't even heard me speak to them that long. Like they haven't had a conversation as long as I'm talking to myself. Like I'm saying, I don't even look at my phone 9 times out of 10. I do monologues by myself. I'm just on live just so that people can hear this. Like I'm saying, if you tapping in and you understand, like I'm saying, and you fuck with me, then you already know that I'll fuck with you. Like I'm saying, there's a reason for that. I carry myself a certain type of way, and everybody isn't going to like that. I draw what makes sense. Like I'm saying, if you're somebody that draws material, you're going to get a lot of material around you. I'm not that kind of person. I don't need that material. Like, fuck that. Probably need you. Like I'm saying, and if I tell you that I need you specifically, then I probably shouldn't even be around you, because I know for a fact that I have that kind of draw. Like I'm very vocal. I'm fucking like the image just from what people know me as is knowing my situation. Just anything. It could be one little fact. It don't have to be like the whole 9. You don't need to know my social. You don't need to know my government. You don't need to know none of that shit. You don't even need to know my name is Speedy. You don't need to know my app. You don't need to follow me. None of that shit. You can watch from a distance and perfectly understand who I am before we even have a conversation. That's how I carry myself. And I feel as though everybody should carry themselves like that. But I know that everybody doesn't. But just because you don't carry yourself as yourself does not mean that people can't get a general idea of who you really are. People wear a lot of masks. So, obviously, if you got a mask on, niggas can see through that shit. Like, I'm saying, like, you as a person, you are a person. We all humans at the end of the day. We all know. Even if we may not want to confirm or anything of that sort, we still know. Like, we're not dumb. None of us are. We may play stupid. May act like we don't care. Or there may be times where it's like, yo, I just wasn't sure. And that's perfectly fine, so long as you know that. But if you put on the facade, then what? You're not going to get along with too many people. You're going to miss a lot of important opportunities. Then when you finally realize who you actually are, you're going to realize how fucked up you are. And it's like, you might as well learn that early on. Even if you're 30, even if you're 40, even if you're 50. What if you live another 10, 20, 30, 40 years? That's early on. You might as well learn that shit today, no matter what that shit costs. Like, who's really going to get mad at you? If anything, people will have advice or criticize you. They may have something to say, but you can filter out certain shit. You can tell what's important and what's worth listening to. But I'm saying everybody not like that. But everybody is like that at the same time. It's not hard to tell who you are, and it's not hard to show who you are based off of what you do will definitely tell who you are. Like there's a lot of things that are telling about people. You feel me? And that's the reason why I'm so transparent. There's no reason to hide anything when people can see through you. We're all human. We all been through the same shit. We all going through the same shit. Even if you feel as though the grass is green on the other side, the only time that it's really that way is when you know. Like I'm saying, everybody don't know. You can tell when somebody's being taken care of. You can tell when somebody's being protected. You can tell, and when a majority of people is like that, there's a very small percentage of people that will, you know what I'm saying, be conscious enough to you know what I'm saying, understand who you are. They may not even understand themselves fully, but they at least understand who you are. You know what I'm saying? And that may say a lot more about them than, you know what I'm saying. They probably know themselves, but not even realize it. That's another thing, realizing things. A lot of people be scared to think. A lot of people be scared to ask questions. What for? Like I'm saying. And it's like when you put it in words, and when you try to think about it, you know what I'm saying, it makes perfect sense. But a lot of people don't think. They're scared of themselves. And for a very long time, that was my only fear, to be honest with you. And that's the reason why it's so dangerous, because when you're not scared of anything, and when your biggest fear is yourself, you already understand what potential or what power you may or may not hold. But when you let go of that fear, and you really be yourself, nigga, there's nothing that's gonna bother you. Think about that shit. Think about how fucked up the world is. If you in the United States right now, think about just everything outside of it and how bad we make it look. Even just looking at the popular negativity or the popular negative stereotypes that, you know what I'm saying, are portrayed to us on a day-to-day basis. Even if you're blinded by that. Like, it'll make sense if you just pay attention. But a lot of people don't want to pay attention. Like, you mean, they don't want to listen, and they feel as though listening means doing what somebody tells you to do. No. Listening is just using your senses. The reason why niggas would get mad at people that, you know what I'm saying, don't do what they say is because they're listening. They want to cut your ears off and what you're hearing. They want to filter out what, you know what I'm saying. And it's not just, you know what I mean, it's literally everybody. Humans do that. They want to be heard. 9 times out of 10 people just want to talk. They don't really be saying nothing. So they're going to get mad when they feel as though they're not being heard. You know what I'm saying? But it's like, by you saying so much, even if it's the same thing, why would somebody listen to that? Like, niggas heard you the first time. I mean, oh well. Yo, Cap, what's the word? Yo, shout out to Rep. Shout out to Friday. Shout out to Trey. I didn't even know niggas gonna join this John. But no, yeah, shout out to very specific people. We're gonna shout out very, very specific people. I've been doing a lot of general shout outs and all that. But as far as what really deserves a shout out and who really deserves a shout out, like, you got people like DC Banger, C Deep, Gav Sinatra, Nova Greasy, Smoke NY, Rap Myself. You got DNA too, because really, like, huge shout out to that nigga, like, dead ass, like, what the fuck. We wouldn't even be here. I promise you, we wouldn't even be here. And that's literally my origin story. It's funny. I'm Tooth #1 gunner. Shout out to Capacity. Shout out to Canadian Gooch. Shout out to Lil Scum. We're gonna do very, very, very specific shout outs. And it's funny because it's a mixed bag. A lot of these people knew me, not even a lot. A portion of these people knew me my whole life. So the people that knew me from the beginning, and then there's people that know me from now, right? There's a couple of stragglers that, you know what I'm saying, wind up catching who Speedy is or whatever. There still might be a couple soon to come, who knows? But you know, a majority of people that comes after this, they're all gonna be fans. Like, no matter how close they think they can get to who I am, they're all gonna be fans. I already have what I need. You know what I'm saying? So we're focused on fans. And like I said, I just wanted to take my little slice. I got my little slice, okay? I have an audience on Instagram, on YouTube. I have an audience on Xbox Live. I have an audience on PlayStation Network. I have an audience in a very, 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 like, listen, a lot of people know who I am, okay? Worldwide type shit. Like, Xbox Live is global. When I stream, I might be playing with somebody from the UK. They might tune in and listen to my music, and they might drop a subscription. Listen, 550 people is a lot, and I don't even think all 50 of the people that's cool with me, or now I'm not even gonna say cool with me. I don't even think all 50 of us know about my channel. I don't even think the 5 know about my channel. I know for a fact a lot of people in my family don't know about my channel. But for the people that just know me regardless, who the fuck cares about the YouTube channel? The YouTube channel is for the fans, for the niggas that need to be notified, for the niggas that's not really paying attention. Like, who gives a fuck? Come on, it's already 50 of us. We 50 strong. If 50 people repost, listen. I'll put it like this, right? You go 10%. If you got 5 people out of those 50 to repost anything, then that's already what? Let me see. We're gonna do the smallest pause 400 and the largest 5,000, right? So you got 400 plus 600, that's 1,000, plus 1,200, that's 22. Let me see, what's the third one gonna be? 23, that's gonna be 35, and then 5,000. That's already gonna be 8,500 people, right? From 5 people reposting my shit, not counting me. That's gonna be 8,500 people, almost 10,000 people to look at my shit, right? That's called impressions. I'm teaching y'all about analytics real quick. You know what I'm saying? When you got 10,000 people, potential people to, you know what I'm saying, that's a rough estimate, but it don't matter because we're gonna get the other numbers. When you got 10,000 people that potentially look at your shit, you know what I'm saying, there's no telling what the engagement is gonna be. One person might like it, 10,000 people might like it. Let's say out of those 10,000 people that see it, let's do 1%. Another 10 people repost that shit. So now you got 15, you know what I'm saying, reposts. From that 5 turning into 15. That's called exponential growth, and that can happen within 24 hours. So now you got 15 reposts in 24 hours. A story lasts 24 hours. How many reposts you gonna get from then? Because the impressions only gonna go up. The impressions might not go up on your page, but it's definitely going up on somebody's page. So that's called exponential growth. That's just for Instagram. My Instagram is small. Pause. Let's go to YouTube, okay? Having 550 subscribers, having 4.6 thousand views a month, having 15,000 impressions, and that's just on a week month. You can plug in the same formula for Instagram over here. 15,000 impressions. Let's do 1%. 15 people off rip. And now, is that guaranteed? No, but this is all just the potential. You know what I'm saying? So, and that's just 1%. When I say exponential growth, you can have 0.0001% of the analytics that I just said. So you take 0.0001 of 15,000 and you do the math on that, and then see what the potential is, because that might be where you are. But exponential growth you might go from that in that hour to within 24 hours, you going from 0.0001% of that all the way to 15,000 in 24 hours. You can do that. I've done that. It happens overnight. Now let's go to Xbox Live, right? I got 951 friends on there, and I got like 700 followers on there. You know what I'm saying? So that's already 1,600 people. When I make a post on Xbox, like 30 people automatically run to it, and I be having mad messages. Matter of fact, if y'all go to YouTube and you look at the speedy listening parties, y'all gonna see my messages on there. Like I'm saying, the numbers that I'm already working with was solid. But
you ain't too, you crazy for this one.
Putting Philly on the map. No, I rep the 2 and 5. Play with us and you get smoked. It's gonna be a homicide. Cops don't never do their job, so they gonna let it slide. We gon' claim you on the net. They gon' kill us on live.